Scout Automobile, welcome to Start. Listen carefully, because what you are about to hear is not just about a car. It's about a legend reborn, a monster waking up after a long silence, a name that never needed explanation. The moment you hear it, your heartbeat changes. 2026 Dodge Viper GTS. Yeah, just say it once slowly. You can feel it already. This is not a polite supercar. This is not built to ask permission. This is raw American muscle mixed with modern technology, attitude, and a kind of madness that only Dodge dares to deliver. From the very first second you imagine it standing still, low to the ground, wide shoulders, long hood stretching forward like a predator ready to strike. The 2026 Dodge Viper GTS does not try to be cute. It does not try to be futuristic in a soft way. It looks angry, aggressive, and brutally honest. The front fascia feels like it's staring straight into your soul, telling you clearly, if you're scared, walk away now. This car is not for everyone, and that's exactly the point. The hood is massive, longer than most cars on the road, because underneath it lives a heart that doesn't believe in limits. Dodge didn't bring back the Viper just to make noise. They brought it back to dominate. The body lines flow with tension, every curve designed for purpose, not decoration. The vents are functional, the aero is aggressive, and the stance is so wide it looks glued to the road even when parked. This is the kind of car people stop talking when it passes by. Phones come out. Next turn. Silence follows. Now let's talk about the soul of the beast, the engine. This is where legends are written. The 2026 Dodge Viper GTS stays true to its roots, and that means one thing: power without apology. A massive naturally aspirated V10, refined but not tamed. Dodge knows the world is moving toward electric and hybrid, but the Viper doesn't care about trends. This engine breathes fire. The sound alone is enough to send chills down your spine. Deep, thunderous, mechanical, alive. Every rev feels like the earth shaking under your feet. When you press the throttle, there is no delay, no filter, no artificial feeling. Power comes instantly, violently, honestly. The acceleration is brutal, pushing you back into the seat, your hands gripping the wheel tighter without realizing it. This is not a car you drive casually. This is a car you respect. One mistake, and it reminds you who's in charge. Dodge didn't soften the Viper to please everyone. They kept it raw because that's what the Viper has always been. The transmission is built for drivers who actually love driving, a proper manual option that feels mechanical, heavy, and satisfying. Each gear shift is a conversation between you and the machine. You feel the resistance, the engagement, the connection. For those who want modern convenience, a high-performance automatic is also there, lightning fast, intelligent, and aggressive. But the soul of the Viper lives in that manual gearbox, where every shift feels earned. Handling is where the 2026 Dodge Viper GTS shows its evolution. This is not just a straight-line monster anymore. The chassis is stiffer, lighter, and more balanced. Advanced suspension tuning keeps the car planted while still delivering that raw feedback Viper fans crave. You feel the road. You feel every bump, every curve, every grip change. It's intense, but that's the beauty. This car talks to you through the steering wheel, through the seat, through your entire body. Cornering feels aggressive yet controlled. The wide tires bite into the asphalt like claws. The rear-wheel drive setup reminds you constantly that this car demands skill. Traction control is there, but it's not overprotective. Dodge gives you freedom, but also responsibility. Turn off the assists, and the Viper becomes pure chaos in the best possible way. This is a driver's car, not a computer on wheels. Step inside, and you immediately understand this is a GTS. The interior blends race-inspired design with modern luxury. Alcantara, leather, carbon fiber, everything feels premium but purposeful. The seats hug you tightly, keeping you locked in place because Dodge knows what kind of forces this car can generate. The driving position is low, almost intimidating, making you feel like you're sitting inside a weapon. The dashboard is clean, aggressive, and driver-focused, no unnecessary distractions. The digital cluster is sharp and customizable, showing performance data, G-forces, lap times, engine stats. Everything you need, nothing you don't. The steering wheel feels thick and solid, perfectly shaped for aggressive driving. Paddle shifters are there for those who choose the automatic, cold metal, responsive, precise. Technology in the 2026 Dodge Viper GTS is modern but not overwhelming. A high-resolution infotainment system sits neatly in the center, offering navigation, connectivity, performance settings, and audio. But let's be honest, when you're driving a Viper, the last thing you care about is playlists. The real music is coming from the engine behind that long hood. Safety features are upgraded, because even a beast needs discipline. Advanced braking systems with massive rotors and high-performance calipers deliver insane stopping power. The brakes bite hard, confident, and reliable, even after aggressive driving. Stability systems are smarter, faster, and more precise, stepping in only when absolutely necessary. Dodge understands the balance between safety and freedom, and they nailed it here. Now let's talk about presence. The 2026 Dodge Viper GTS doesn't just exist on the road, it dominates it. Park it anywhere, and it becomes the center of attention. Supercars respect it. Muscle cars fear it. Exotic cars watch it carefully. There is something about the Viper that feels different. It's not trying to copy Europe. It's proudly American, loud, bold, unapologetic. Color options are dramatic and aggressive. Deep reds, jet blacks, racing whites with iconic stripes, metallic blues that shimmer under sunlight. Each color enhances the muscular design, making the car look alive from every angle. The GTS badging reminds everyone this is not the base version. This is the performance, focused, track-ready, adrenaline-fueled variant. On the road, the Viper GTS feels like a wild animal barely contained. Low-speed driving is heavy, serious, demanding. This is not a car you casually cruise in traffic. It wants open roads, empty highways, race tracks. When you finally unleash it, everything makes sense. The balance, the power, the sound, the fear, the excitement. It all comes together in one unforgettable experience. High-speed stability is insane. The aerodynamics keep the car planted, even as the speed climbs into territory that makes your brain question your life choices. When noise fades behind the engine roar, the steering remains precise. The car feels locked in, confident, terrifying in the best way possible. This is what supercars are supposed to feel like. The 2026 Dodge Viper GTS is not about numbers alone, but the numbers are crazy. Horsepower that pushes well beyond expectations. Torque that feels endless. Acceleration that competes with the best in the world. Top speed that reminds everyone Dodge still knows how to build monsters. But what truly matters is how it makes you feel. Nervous, excited, alive. This car is not built for influencers, it's built for enthusiasts. For people who understand what a Viper represents. For those who grew up watching it dominate tracks, posters on walls, dreams in minds. Dodge didn't bring it back to be soft. They brought it back to remind the world what raw performance looks like in 2026. Ownership of a Viper GTS is a statement. It says you don't follow trends, you create your own path. It says you respect power and aren't afraid of it. Maintenance, fuel consumption, practicality, none of that matters here. This is an emotional purchase, a passion-driven decision, a love affair with danger and beauty combined. On the track, the Viper GTS transforms into a different animal. Everything sharpens. Throttle response becomes razor precise. Steering feedback intensifies. Braking zones shrink. Lap after lap, the car remains consistent, brutal, reliable. It doesn't overheat easily. It doesn't fade, it wants more. Push harder, go faster, brake later. That's the Viper talking to you. And when you finally step out after driving it, your hands slightly shaking, heart still racing, you realize something important. Cars like this are becoming rare. In a world of silent acceleration and digital experiences, the 2026 Dodge Viper GTS is loud, physical, emotional. It reminds you why you fell in love with cars in the first place. This is not just a revival. This is a warning. Dodge is telling the world they still know how to build something dangerous, something exciting, something unforgettable. The Viper GTS doesn't apologize for what it is. It doesn't compromise its identity. It stands tall, wide, loud, and proud. So if you ever see one on the road, don't blink. Don't look away. Because moments like that don't come often. The 2026 Dodge Viper GTS is more than a car. It's a legend breathing fire once again, and it's here to remind everyone that true performance never goes out of style.